joined by the co-chairs of Working Group 2, Professor Maurizio Tonetti and Professor Told Berglundh, to talk about specialist education in your group. So, start with you, if possible. We'll just ask you how your working group has framed its discussion about adapting on from or moving forward from the last set of guidelines in 2009.
That was the remit for the group, namely to critically assess what has changed since the previous first education workshop took place. And the literature review work done before the workshop has been very important to see through how we could see competences, proficiencies, if those areas have been changed. And these are the results of the work we have done over the days. In addition, we have looked at education methods, how we evaluate competences and proficiencies for those becoming specialists, and also emphasizing the importance of the new clinical practice guidelines and also the 2018 classification of periodontal and peri-implant diseases.
Okay, so to maybe delve into that a little bit more, Professor Tonetti, I suppose there's a natural first question of how the scope of what specialist education involves may have changed over the past 15 years or so. So how did your group bring that to?
So our first thing was, of course, to build on the success. Specialization, specialist training in perio is one of the big success stories of the EFP and of European periodontology. And what we have chosen is actually not so much to look at the changes, but actually to project the specialty into the future. Ask ourselves what is going to be the contribution that a specialist in periodontology will give to society, to the healthcare system, and how they will collaborate with the other oral health professionals to enhance the periodontal health of the population. We must realize that the burden of disease in Europe and throughout the world is still very high, and to cover and coordinate the full spectrum of treatment that is needed, we need people with high levels of proficiencies that will project themselves to become experts and be a reference point in their society, in their local communities, to be able to optimally care for patients. So this is really what we are projecting in terms of the future of the specialty, a specialist who is engaged in the community, in trying to lighten the burden of disease, in coordinating the team, and a specialist that is going to be at the forefront of education of all the members of the team at all the levels, and a specialist who is really going to be the depository, the natural archive of the immense knowledge that periodontology has developed over these years. So we are very excited, and we would like to see this excitement coming through to the young people, to the young colleagues, to the young generations who are going to hopefully take this as their lifetime goal and will decide to become specialists.
Okay, well, that is exciting. Professor Berglundh, you talked about since the last workshop, obviously there's been huge developments in our science and our practice, but also in educational methods. So it was a natural consideration, I'm sure.
Absolutely, and that is considered now how we can utilize the best techniques to more effectively produce new specialists in periodontology. But in line also what Maurizio just said, I think we have to realize that during the 10-15 years of time, we have seen changes in the population as well. Because I think we have to realize that dental implants are quite common these days. And on a population level, more than 5% of the adult population in Europe are carrying dental implants and are then, let's say, individuals at risk for peri-implant diseases, which is a part of the specialist in periodontology competences.
Okay, and I suppose looking forward then, some of those competences may be framed around, as you mentioned, the 2018 classification and the recent clinical practice guideline series.
Oh, absolutely, and what I think is exciting is that, when it comes to the methods, So training a specialist is probably the most formidable challenge because we have to put together so many ingredients in terms of knowledge, in terms of critical thinking, in terms of technical abilities to do advanced procedures, in terms of leadership, in terms of communication. And, you know, the beautiful thing is that we are seeing a future of programs where all these ingredients will come together and be, you know, and enhance the learning experience of our future colleagues. And I think this is most exciting. So, as usual, the future is always the most exciting part of life, right? Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I would like to finish with one comment, and it is that, as usual, it has been one of my greatest pleasure to work together with you, Tord. I mean, we are a great team.
Likewise.
Hey.
Thank you, Mauricio.
Thank you.
On that positive note, I think we should end there, and we'll go to celebrate with each other.
All right.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.